Good afternoon, free enterprise fans around the world, and welcome to this fantastic edition of the Hero's Journey presented by group leader Alchemy. Alchemy, how are you doing today?
I just ate dinner and I'm doing just fine. I was really looking forward to this one. It's the old man himself, the old man. So it's like too old. I don't know.
Fusoya might be too old, but I think Tellah is too spry for his own good. With that MP glitch on, we are going to see Tellah just slinging spells left and right today, and I, for one, am here for it.
Yeah, if you stack some like good equipment on Tellah, he can do some real work once he has the MP pool for all of his spells.
Yeah, definitely. Once Ordeals is complete, which I assume will be a priority for the runners if they can figure out how to get Tellah through the third fight in particular, where he has to go solo because of the hero flag that is on. But maybe T. Wilder should help that and find maybe a Stardust Rod, a Vampire, a Big Bomb, something to assist. Because getting that Tellah online will be very helpful for our runners.
I mean, if anything, they can like slap Tellah power staff, a bandana or something. I like hope for the best, but it's not the best strategy. You really want to fish for J items to defeat whatever boss is at the crystal room in Ordeals.
That's definitely true. Alchemy, I just got to ask. I know T. Wildish is on. I know S Standard is on, and the MP glitch is on. Were you feeling kind today, or are we going with another lit 2.5 on this one?
I mean, the idea is that this is a 3 out of 10 difficulty, with 10 being closest to 64. So, uh, the idea was that it was going to be nice, but you never know where Golbez, for example, is hiding. It could be in a complete like garbage place, like I don't know, like the
Sealed
giant, like
cave.
elements. Yeah, Seal Cave, giant. Some night, and I don't know. I keep doing my best to like. Okay. So I am vehemently anti-slog. That's me. I do not like slogs in Free Enterprise, but sometimes the randomizer is just like, yeah, let's go, and I'm
Yeah.
just like, well, okay.
Well, fair enough. I mean, speaking of things that are really nice for our runners, though, while Rosa won't necessarily help with DPS early on and help with, kill things, Rosa is definitely going to help late game, being the preeminent white mage in Free Enterprise. That is a fantastic find for our runners.
Yeah, you know, some people, some very daring people, like to say that, oh, tell us a white mage. Nah, no. Tellah can cast like 2 Cure Force, and that's about it. And he's good. Uh, but but Rosa can, like, with her high HP and I mean like decent strength and very good like white magic stats. She can just like carry your team pretty much.
Yeah, definitely agree. We have a nice little diverse grouping of characters hanging around. In Mysidia, we see Dave picking up a Cecil and a Palom, and Whirling picking up a Kane. It'll be very interesting to see who else is added to the party. Doesn't look like either of our runners are committing to any of those characters yet, which is perfectly sensible since you can get the characters back as the C buy flag is not on. So that's good for our runners.
Yup. So no dupes. So and permajoy. So whoever gets in your party is locked in your party forever. So you gotta make sure to make the right decisions. But since K Moon is song, I decided to put a free character song. So you can just like get your party going. Except Fusoya and Edge, for as usual, are locked behind a key item. So are you gonna wait with like 3 or 4 characters, or are you gonna just get a good party, a full party going? That's up to the racers.
Yeah, and it's interesting. We have, that slight divergence from Dave going to check out the characters in Mysidia first, but both runners now in Watery Pass. Having access to a Tellah makes a lot of sense. You dive Watery Pass, you go through and get the loot, then kind of just exit right out. Nothing really of note yet for loot other than a Poison Axe, which is good for Kane to get the DPS started for the team. But certainly no, for T Wildish, this has been a pretty dry Watery Pass.
I was just thinking that, like, usually in T-Wilders you find some really, really great stuff here in Watery Pass, but so far it's kind of been like, yeah, have some Charmers, I guess.
Yeah, like a Charm Rod was just picked up for Warlink, but even that's only a tier 5. A Cabin's a tier 4, a Dragoon
Well,
Shield's a
okay.
tier 4. Like, it's good, but it's not what you want out of T Wildish.
Yeah, like absolutely. I like NG Dave has Rosa, Tellah, and Cecil, and with some levels and ordeals, that's a service party right there. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, Rosa, Kane, Cecil, Tellah very easily could make up 4 of your final 5. Or you could look to do reflex strats. I know everybody's favorite, D-Machine Grind, is on the table. And with mages available to slingshot later, if you can slingshot a Palom and Iridia to nuke, then that Charm Rod goes into effect, and you can take out a lot of the teeth of a seed just simply by having nuke. So it'll be very interesting to see our runner's collective approach, and frankly, how early a Darkness Crystal shows up.
I am kind of hoping that it shows up like relatively late, just so the predominant strategy is not do a grind early and I'm done. Wow, that's a ribbon in the chest in Damsian. Wow, we're just
Damsian.
complaining.
Damsian is the new hotness, apparently.
Yeah, Damsian always has the goods.
All the best hats.
All the best hats. But yeah, if I hope Darkness is a little late, so the solution to the seed is not demashing and go, basically. But we'll see.
Yeah, and you never know. I mean, that's the beauty of the randomizer, is it could be buried behind, Ogo Pogo at Leviathan spot, which would be fantastic, by the way. Or it could be, sitting in Antlion Cave. We have absolutely no idea. And that's part of why this is such a fun game, is you just don't know going into it what you're going to get.
The interesting thing about free characters being on is that it's easy to not check Mount Hobbs, but here's the thing: Golbez will be there. So even if there's a lot of characters to go around and there's no need to fight a boss to get a character, you might want to pick anyways.
Yeah, that's definitely true. I mean, Sid, not what you want to see here on Ordeals, but going back to that Hobbs play, yeah, I would definitely want that information for nothing else. If no other reason, like Demas could be up there as well, as chat is pointing out. So there's a lot of reasons to be very thorough. Looks like Warlink was actually just making a check on the character on Ordeals, was not making a play on the actual mountain itself. So Warlink going through and checking all those characters, while Dave is going through and going to play in the Antlion Cave.
Might be looking for that Cecil like he's about to find right now.
And I'm curious if our runners end up taking this Palom. Palom has a lot of early use with his early Lit 2, Ice 2, Fire 2, obviously Virus and Quake at level 19 and 23, but I'm curious if anyone says, give me that Palom. No Cecil, no Palom for Warlink, so holding out on characters for quite a while here.
Yeah, that's an interesting decision. I know I will have jumped at the chance to grab that Cecil if I'm gonna do Ordeals anyways, because it's required.
Yeah,
and,
go ahead.
It's too wildish, so you are gonna find so many holy swords.
Yeah, I would be very tempted actually to take both the Cecil and the Palom and leave my 5th slot open, because on T Wildish as well, one of the neat little things about it is Castle Eblin exists. And we know, based on the way that waiting works for trap chests, You're roughly 90% to hit either an Excal or a Crystal Sword by clearing out just those three chests alone. So I think Cecil is almost a must take, and Palin for me just really would help get the party started early on, especially with that charm rod that both runners picked up. So it'll be very interesting to see how things progress. But I think the Cecil, to your point, is a definite pickup.
Yeah, because the the thing is, even if right you have that Cecil, you know you're gonna like. There's a good chance you're going to get a Holy Sword, but until you clear Ordeals, it's gonna be a little tough. And Palom really helps like expedite that process of getting through Ordeals, which can be tricky depending on what boss is there.
Well, I do see on Warling's side, at least, there's two vampires in his inventory. I don't know if Dave has the same two vampires, but that by itself can nearly get you through that
Yep.
third room with Tellah. So I think our runners are going to be able to go through ordeals fairly quickly, actually, based on the J items that they have.
Yeah, my worry with Ordeals is not the crystal room at this point because in Tier Wildish it's easy to find like really decent attack G items. It's with the back attack especially. It's the two bosses before the crystal room that they could be pretty rude for this like under level under gear party.
No, there's no way we get back attack Val. That's not a thing that's going to happen.
I hope not.
That is interesting of note, though. A pocket Rydia on Hobbs, something that a casual glass hat and antlion cave. Why not? So we have a ribbon and a glass hat as our two best items that we found so far. But that pocket Rydia is nice from that slingshot perspective. Again, if our runners decide to do a D machine grind instead of sirens or something else, those mages to keep handy are very nice.
Yeah, I wonder what's gonna be. Oh wow,
Ooh, that's not
that's
fun.
no, this pod has a pretty high like HP value for this point in the game. For it to be Viking.
Yeah, I think with four characters it'll be okay. Ideally, you want to keep the back arm alive now, so you're only having to deal with two of the three pieces of Baigen here. So we'll see what Dave opts to do here. But I think it looks like that's his plan: is keep that back arm up. Still have to deal with the punches from it, which are not pleasant, but
Yeah,
it's a
absolutely
means
not.
to an end.
Yeah, like it's not that dangerous, especially with Tellah Cure 2. Because Tellah, while not the most powerful mage, early on he has Exit, Cure 2, Blink, all the support spells you need for these kinds of situations. So it's not gonna be fast, but it's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, if you're going through and you're fighting this fight, everyone has to deal with this. So you don't really have to worry too much about feeling, oh, I'm behind, oh, something's gone wrong here. You're pretty safe, all things considered, as long as you can get through it, because again, everyone has to. And there's Dave through it, very well done. Started putting some damage on the arm, and then Kane's jump finished it off. So while Warlink is going through that antlion check for the Baron key, Dave is now up that Fabul defense. So very well fought there against that Biden.
Absolutely, that was very clean. That's
Ooh.
Leviathan. Well, that's very nice actually.
That might make you rethink skipping out on that Rydia up on Mount Hobbs. Leviathan early on, if you were
Yup.
worried about that back attack spot, give
Yup.
Rydia some levels, the Charm Rod, and a Leviathan summon, and that's 2,200 damage that's just gone right away. So it'll be
Yup.
interesting to see what our runners opt to do here.
The other thing is that you know that Ria's there, so you can just like leave her for the fifth character and like slingshot her with the machine grind. So that's another reason to not take Ria there. So it's an interesting decision. I really like it.
Yeah, we'll see what our runners opt to do. Looks like Dave is picking up a mute knife. So many different mage weak enemies in this game, so that mage masher definitely can do some work. Looks like Warlink is going to take on the CPU. So might be adding Rydia to the party, or at least collecting her for potentially later.
Yeah, might want the levels on Rosa.
That's also true, because this spot will give, what is it, 4,300, 4,500 XP, something like that.
And it's not like it's threatening or anything. Like you do have Tellah with Cure too, so it's gonna heal your party to full like pretty much every time. So it's just a slog. Oh wow! And you Dave like seeing the Leviathan, seeing the Radiant going,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna make clowns out of every single trap fight to get those holy swords for my Cecil. Pretty much.
Yeah, I
That
think
that's what
that's
be going through my head.
yeah, I think that's the thing, is that Leviathan just puts so much on the table that you can do. So in this case, yeah, it's going to be a hot second to get through the CPU, but it's the type of situation where the reward outweighs the time. Leviathan early on is just so dang strong. Uh, it's better than Quake, and it makes Rydia functional, and everyone loves to see a functional Rydia.
Yeah, everyone just likes to see Rydia like kicking butt. Like especially early on, like we know that Talon reaches Quake levels pretty early, but Rydia can get Leviathan MP even earlier,
Yeah,
so
like,
it's real nice.
well, with MP glitch on as well,
Yup.
that's effectively now Rydia can MP glitch and just cast
Oh,
Leviathan and Leviathan and Leviathan. And oh, by the way, Leviathan.
you know, I tie the MP glitch to Tellah so much that I forget that you can just MP glitch Rydia like
Oh, yeah.
too, and just like go for it.
Oh, and Warlink had a little bit of an issue there
Ouch.
with targeting. The orbs went down, and thus Warlink had two characters go down. Going to seek greener pastures elsewhere, we'll get that Leviathan orb and maybe back for that Rydia. We shall see.
Yeah, or like if you take a wipe to a fight that takes a while, like at least in my head, I just kind of go, okay, let's not do that until way later if I have to do that, because like in quotations I wasted my time here, so I might be feeling a little behind now, just a little.
Definitely.
So so it's better to like at least for me to like do something else and then maybe come back later if I really need it.
And we see the Mute Knife going on Rydia, not the Charm Rod for Dave, putting as much defensive gear on her as well. Ribbon will go a long way. Diamond armor will go a long way as well. Putting her in the back row, going to try to keep getting her levels and keep her safe. But this is going to be the Rydia show as long as it can be, probably until we find some sort of shiny sword for Cecil.
Yep, as Angie Dev is going for it. Sorry, Sid, party's full. Bye. Very nice of you to come by, but
Sid's in a tough spot on C Hero. If Sid is not the hero, and Sid is
yes.
one of the best heroes, otherwise he's just so danged slow that it's very, very hard to get things moving with him.
Oh,
Ooh, that's not fun.
ugh, mom bomb every single time. Just like ugh.
So the interesting thing about this is Rydia is gonna die here to the explosion.
Yeah, you will think that
So
you have Rydia like Leviathan the little bombs, but no. I doubt Rydia will be fine.
yeah, the explode here, I want to say does like 200 to 250 damage, like maybe a little less than that. But I know in both of these first two spots on Ordeals, the explosion is quite rude. Speaking of
Yeah.
explosions, there's an arm exploding on Warlink, but for only 13 damage, he is through Fukul as well.
Well, I'm sure Warling is gonna be thrilled to see the Leviathan and also disappointed to see that Leviathan. Like, oh, I could have I could have had this and the Rydia already. Ugh. It happens. Well, there it is. Oh, wow.
Way less than I thought. That's good.
Is it like is Mom Bombs explode based on like remaining HP, or is it just like a magic tag?
It's based on the magic at the spot. So the ribbon actually, as Xenocat,
Oh,
our tracker, is pointing out, that ribbon with the magic defense it has
my
definitely
goodness.
helped Rydia out there.
That's so clever. I wonder if Angie did that on purpose. I mean, not to counter Mombo's explode, because obviously, and you didn't know it was a Mom bomb, but like to protect Radiant in general. That was a
Definitely.
pretty good play.
Yeah, he wants to keep his prized possession alive right now, which is Rydia. She is his way through this Mount Ordeals.
Oh my god.
Good thing he has a mute knife.
Yeah. Wow. You can give the Mute Knife to Kane, right? And have Kane jump for pretty
Yep.
decent damage.
Yeah, because the Cure 4 and the Cure 3 are both really brutal here.
Yeah.
So I wonder if we'll see the Charm Rod end up on Rydia, the Mute Knife end up on Kane, and get some in-battle rearranging here.
Here we go. Yeah, absolutely.
Yep, so there's the Charm Rod. Leviathan comes out, probably parry to Kane and try to get him in the air, and in sequence land. Ooh, it's a little early on the Leviathan. Maybe he can just get an attack off with the Kane and kill outright. Only needs about 500 damage. So if he can get this Mute Knife equipped and swing, he should be through. Tricky situation, but well identified by Dave here.
Now this is, yeah, life 1. There it is.
Oh, that was a terrible roll. Oh no.
What's happening? Oh, I thought that would deal like 5 million damages.
Kane decided he didn't want to do damage today, and he was going to betray the team one more time.
Did Kane like whiff some multipliers right there? Like,
Very much so.
Like, whoops.
Yeah, cause,
I
like
still have a banana peel, and my knife just didn't hit it, sir.
The Mute Knife doesn't have the best accuracy, and Kane isn't in the middle, and he doesn't have a ton of multipliers, but that was still a pretty heroic low roll on his side.
That might just have been like one hit.
Yeah, it might have been the actual floor that he could have done for damage there.
That's pretty wild. Okay, but now it's the Tellah show.
This is where you'll probably see the ribbon go on to Tellah to keep him protected. It looks like that's what Dave is doing, is throwing everything on this Tellah and probably just going to try to blast his way through with J items. Get the Cecil online, get the Tellah online, and hope it works.
Yeah, like, again, you don't know what's waiting in there. It could be like that spot has really low HP and stats in general, so it's usually not an issue, but it could be an issue. Some bosses just have really nasty scripts.
Yeah, I mean, one of the bosses here that could be super awkward is Val. Another one, I don't think it would be an issue. I think Tellah can outspeed Wyvern here. I think it's only got like 4 or 6 agility, but that could be iffy as well, depending on the
Sand Ruby.
Sand Ruby, nice. Depending on the Witchburn. Is Mylon and Friends bad here? Do the Lits do enough damage? I don't think they do.
I doubt it. Gaia Drum, bye.
Yeah, Gaia Drum Vampire, this will be over.
Very nice. Just like holding onto that one, like multi-target, just in case.
Oh, even better, the diamond ring that's on gives the lightning resist, so Tellah is completely protected here.
Tellah just could not lose. Rigged. This is rigged.
To answer a question from chat, Vampire wouldn't work against Mylon Z because it's undead. Mylon and Friends, Mylon itself not undead. The Friends are undead.
Yeah.
The game is weird.
No. In the vanilla game, the party actually does like murder Mylon in cold blood, and he comes back as a zombie. That's true. What happens.
Oh, Warlink hitting the party-wide weak on the recall with Tellah. Major hype points. I don't know. I know you have like meta objectives, alchemy, and everything that you get points for. I want points for that weak cast for Warlink.
One of the meta objectives I had planned was like actually cast a good spell with recall, and I was like, actually let me not do that, because I do not want my the racers to spend 30 minutes rolling for a good spell on recall right on stream. Like let's not. But I am very happy that Warlink did it. And talking about meta objectives, we do have one. And it's predictably just cast media with against Golbez. If you defeat Golbez, with Tellah, that is, if you defeat Golbez, that's extra points, as I call it, in quotations, which means if you deal the finishing blow and someone else doesn't, you do get to pick the character for next week. It's higher in it's a higher tier of objective med.
It's
But yeah,
awesome.
we just have to find Golbez, hope he's not in a spot that heals you, and or like I either get a Soma drop or like MP glitch Tellah and just like drop some rocks on his head.
And I'm interested to see how Warlink progresses through. Looks like we have some mute arrows and a samurai bow, getting some big damage out of Rosa here,
Very nice.
along with a black sword. So going to be a very nice lifelock here for Warlink. So this is going to be pretty smooth. Yeah, very comfortable.
And let me tell you, folks, life locking Asura looks easy when these racers do it. I couldn't tell you how to do it like in practice. It takes practice. It's not so easy as you see on screen.
Yeah, and Warlink very expertly through that fight.
So clean.
Oh, well, we have
Oof.
one of my least favorite gauntlets in the game.
Oof.
But yeah, we get some crocodiles and some fish and an aqua worm. Some of the fish float, some of them don't. It's a very confusing thing.
I mean, it's Senator Crocodile, fan favorite. Hello, say hi to Senator Crocodile, member of the Republic of Barons Council, here to try to take over the throne.
I think the last 2 or 3 times I've gotten to do comms, we've had Senator Crocodile. So
wow,
that's very interesting.
Secret Senator Crocodile agent.
There are worse things to be in life, my friend.
yes, there are. The thing at least you get the XP from this, right? Like usually this pod doesn't give you XP, so this is actually kind of nice in a way.
Yeah, and it's pretty meaningful XP as well, because this is a fresh Cecil, and like this fight alone gives 4,200 XP. It's a huge amount of XP for early on in the game, so it's quite a comfy little grind for our runners to be able to get the levels on the Cecil, and to be able to get some extra levels on Rydia to help with potential Eblin trap chests. So it's not the worst thing to find.
And we still do not know whether this is gonna be a magma key seed or a hook seed. So in case this is a hook seed, these levels are gonna be very welcome. Too.
Oh, this better be a hook seed.
I have been known for apparently rolling some garbage, so I will not be surprised if this was a hook seed.
Well, as the resident trash panda of Free Enterprise, I love me some hot garbage.
Oh yeah, aren't electrofish like flying?
That's yeah, like, you can't quake them.
Weird.
But they're weak to lightning. They're also weak to Leviathan.
No. Regular fish are weak to lightning. Electrofish absorb.
Oh, electrofish. Sorry, yes. They absorb lightning.
They absorb lightning and they're flying. You know, as you do. But hey,
they're weak.
Like, yeah, they're weak to water. Go figure. But then again, everything in this game kind of is. The breath is just really strong.
Normal fish things in this game, weak to water.
Yeah. Here's fish. Oh, wow. Warlink has 3 party members. We don't know what's waiting for the party in Kaipo. It could be Fusoya on Edge.
Well, Warlink may also be making the long-term play of waiting to do a double slingshot. There are a lot of different ways to approach this, and I don't think there's one correct or incorrect way. So Warlink may be saying, I've seen a Palom, I've seen a Rydia, let me hold out, maybe I double slingshot to nuke. It's, again, one of those things where it might cost a little time early on, but it may pay off down the road.
Absolutely. It may or it may not. Like we shall see. Oop, well, there it is. Sorry, folks.
Magma key. I guess everyone can go underground now.
Yep. that opens up so much, so many places for Golbez to be hiding into.
Golbez at Asura?
I was just Warling saw Senator Crocodile, and I was like, no, actually, I don't want to be in this meeting. I'm out.
Well, may also want to MP glitch Tellah here in order to have a ton of virus casts.
Oh, absolutely.
It pretty heads up, honestly, and I think that's what Warlink is going for right now.
Yep, there it is.
Yeah. Which makes a lot of sense, because this way you have Tellah, who he doesn't really need to be your cure mage. That's what Rosa can do. Tellah just needs to be able to cast virus here.
And you put your high wisdom gear on Tellah, and he's gonna do some pretty serious damage against these enemies.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's the light sword. It's better. Ka-ching, ka-ching. Heroin robe. Ooh, what a nice
good
find.
Stuff. Yeah, really good stuff.
And you might also be searching for a curse ring for Tellah, like for the late game. Like Tellah without a curse ring, he kind of gets a little speedy with his agility. Like his stops are like what 20, 22 or something agility.
Well, he doesn't stop, actually. He keeps getting agility as he levels. It just takes him a long time to get there.
Let me check the character page. Now I'm very curious.
Because I know at level 39 he has 15 agility, which makes it awkward with a cursed ring. But between level like 39 and 52, he gains like 7 or 8 agility. He gets remarkably fast from the high 30s to the low 50s.
At level 50, Tellah has 21 agility. That's kind of fast for an old man, huh?
Yeah.
Sprite, you weren't joking.
Yeah, that's part of the weird thing with Tellah is that he goes from being very slow throughout the entire game to all of a sudden being fairly spry. 21 agility is pretty much on par with Sid and Palom, and it's not all that far behind like Rosa, Rydia, Porum, etc. So Tellah gets put in a really weird place without a cursed ring or other agility manipulators.
I mean, yeah, if you get Tellah to level 50, you can put a ninja hat on him, right? That's plus 3 agility, if I remember correctly, for 24 for relative agility 2 Zermas, right?
Well, you want 28.
Oh, it's 28.
Yeah.
Oops.
24 not good. 28 good.
No, 24 bad. I got my multipliers confused. I'm not good at math, folks.
No math on stream. We have a rule.
I don't know. I don't know. Don't listen to this guy. I don't know what he's talking about no math. We're playing a randomizer. Hello, Leg.
Yeah, Leg, as most things are, also weak to water.
Yes, like you will think, especially Ruby Kante will be weak to water, huh? I think he might be actually in the 3D remake. I forget.
That would make sense.
And you know,
bye, Tellah.
Yeah, well, you know, if he was going to instantly kill in one hit KO a character with Flare, that's the right one.
Yep, still gets XP.
Yep.
Do we get a script?
Do we? Oh. Cecil is too strong with the light sword. Oh. Well. Another limit.
So you know what would have been helpful against that ruby that was in a chest there? That blizzard spear? That's classic free enterprise right there.
Sid's got jokes, folks. I mean, that makes sense. He was like protecting the blizzard spear, so no one will get it and use it against him. That's the kind of stuff I like to imagine when I see these Sids. Oh wow, more Leviathan fodder. Don't mind if I do.
Yeah, I mean this spot has increased magic defense, so like a virus from Tellah wouldn't do a lot. But yeah, Media
will. Media will.
That'll work.
It might take him like 5 years to cast it, but once those rocks come out, let me tell you.
And deciding not even going to queue up the Leviathan, this is purely Dave the showman here. Uh, going to make sure we get to see at least one fantastic dose of rocks here.
Do the medio. Just like
Maybe.
chilling. Just like big chilling. Like, yeah. Just a kickback. There it is.
Good work, Tellah.
You did it. Wow, 4K. Oof. Increased magic defense, huh?
Well, I mean, Meteo has what, an 800 base spell power, so it's
Yeah,
pretty strong.
yeah, it's pretty wild.
Oh,
Ooh, Warling's gonna like that.
yeah, that is a potential punish for Dave
I
by
don't
filling
know,
out his party, but
like,
not that
if
bad.
we not 100% because this party is real solid. Like you have a white mage and a black mage, so Fusoya kind of like loses utility and Nutella. So like you have the utility mage that the Fusoya can be, the white mage that Fusoya can be, and the black mage that Fusoya can be in your party.
That's
So
true.
it's not that big of a loss, honestly, if you think about it.
Yeah, I suppose it depends how early things like Nuke and Quake are. Although the Leviathan fits the role of Quake,
Yup,
the Nuke part is tough to
yeah,
replace. Uh,
white. Oh, that's a womp. That's the first one.
I mean, not too bad though. White shirt's really nice endgame equipment.
I mean, yes, like white's is really good. You put that on Rosa and just like forget about it. So like yeah, you could even put that on Cecil for the end game, for like
I
I don't
mean,
know, Sir almost something.
you could put it on Cecil right now for physical defense and go do trap chests and try to find him a sword.
Ooh, I like that.
It works for cover strats too.
Samurai armor, that's nice. It's still searching for the cursory, no doubt.
But we may just see our runners take that Magma Key, go underground, do the pan loop, do the Feymarch freebie, and just take out all of those air quote free checks that they have available.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of different things to turn in right now for our runners. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. But while they are doing it, make sure that you give our fantastic runners today a follow. Both Enki Dave and Warling volunteering to put on a show for you for your enjoyment. Also, make sure you give our behind the scenes folks some love as well. Asuka on the restream, Xenocat doing tracking. If you've never checked out Xenocat stream, highly recommend it. You get some amazing free enterprise harp music production. And then, of course, feel free to check out my lovely co commentator, Alchemy, whenever you get the chance as well.
Aw. My partner in crime here, Pastor Morpheus, also streams a lot of free enterprise and he's very good at the game, so you might want to check him out too.
Well, thank you. I appreciate those kind words.
Oh wow, Warling, the hero of the people, is going for it.
And the job dwarf is a dairy technologist. The real reward is a cursed ring.
Dragoon Gauntlet, that's pretty nice too. Dang. Wow. That's just like looking for shops, and it's like, well, I guess I'm not stepping in a single armor shop ever again.
Yeah, rewarded for checking the job dwarf is the moral of that story.
Yes. Oh, these two. Well, that's nice.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Please do not bother Asuka about like seeds or whatever. I rolled this, so if this is good or bad, that's on me. leave
still,
Asuka alone.
still fun to blame Oscar.
Come on. Well, these two fogs aren't gonna be much of a threat for the most part. Considering that you can do like you have Tellah fully powered up and you can do like a million things to them. Oh, and Kane has the mute knife too. They're done for.
Kane also has problems with his life pool,
Yes.
in that he has none of it.
Yes. Oof. Oh no.
The guards know.
No. There it is.
One guard down.
Well, out of this spot has some pretty decent physical attack and also some pretty high magic power too. So it's kind of nice that it's a free boss. Honestly, it's so nice to sit in here.
Yeah, doesn't look like it feels too free for Dave right now, though, given how that
I mean,
went. Did get through it, though.
oh, there's Blink, nice.
And Hourglasses and Tomra, I missed that the first time around. Uh, those are quite a nice thing to pick up, though, in case our runners decide to do something other than a D-Machine grind. Hourglasses can come in handy. Well, I guess this means that we don't have Antline on the moon. That's a little
Oh.
disappointing. There's an Edward. That's a character that exists.
Hi, Edward. Thanks. Very nice of you to stop by and cheer us on as we clobber this online on the face. Bye, Edward.
By Rosa.
Yeah. Come on. At least at least Tellah has infinite MP. It's so nice seeing people use Tellah. It's the one reason I made this flag set. One of the first flag sets I made was Tellah's because the idea seemed pretty pretty obvious. Just give Tellah the GMP flag and have him drop some rocks and you're good. You've got a Tellah hero, Sid. Didn't have to think much on that one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it seems like a very well put together flag set. I definitely like how it's turning out. Probably more than what Dave likes how that Antlion fight turned out with Riddian and Kane dropping.
I thought the gold spot was supposed to be easy or something. Wow.
For magic, yes, it's got very low magic, but the physical attack is actually pretty high there because, of course, it is.
Of course, go figure.
It's also pretty speedy.
Huh.
So that's part of the problem is you have a punchy, fast Antline, and it's a very tricky little spot. But we do have Warlink now diving into Feymarch, picking up an elixir, and we'll see what the key item is from the Feymarch. Probably about the same time we see what the key item is from Dwarf Castle and the Warp Glitch.
Ooh, Hourglass, Twin Harp, here it is. Required.
Oh, that's right, it is required. I guess I can't complain too much.
Oh, Sirens at Feymarch. Well, that's a rat tail. Wow. Very eventful minute that just happened on stream.
Yeah, a lot of different things picked up. Much better on Dave's side than on Warlink's side, but we do see a couple of very interesting items showing up in the Feymarch armor shop. A tiara and a strength ring.
As standard shops, you really do want to check gated shops for chances of tier 5 items. Those can be real nice.
Dragon Whip as well, in case we want Rydia to hit things.
Ooh. Do you think Warling saw the Sirens, their Hourglasses, and the Dragon Whip and went, huh, what if I smack some dragons? Ooh.
Well, ooh. I have a new thing I'm hoping for, Alchemy. My new thing I'm hoping for is Darkness behind Odin at Leviathan.
Oh, goodness. Oh.
And I also hope there's a Wyvern now at Asura spot. And somehow both are required. Just because I'm a nice guy like that.
Oh, both were required. I guess it could be Wyvern could be holding something that goes into I don't know, the tower key or something that goes into Earth Crystal.
Just make it half a forge so they can't even get a Supersmith weapon beforehand.
I mean, the cool thing about the Tellah Super Forge is that the Palamor Poron can also equip it, depending.
Yeah, that's true. It is, what is it? It's a Stardust Rod or a Life Staff, basically. Glorified versions.
Yes, basically. Which is nice, for free.
And Dave going to be rewarded as well for checking the job dwarf. That's going to be a cursed ring for both of our restreamed runners now, and that is a pretty big deal, all things considered, for a Tellah hero.
Yup. That's gonna make Ceramos so much safer. Look at Key. Well, that's nice if Golvis is hiding there, or DM is.
I have a feeling that's going to be pretty low on the priority list, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Is Sheila gonna have the goods though?
We shall find out fairly soon. Both runners are going to be letting us know that. We'll find that Luca key on Dave's side shortly, and we will be finding out what the items are on Warlink's side. I'm personally hoping for more Zonks, because the more Zonks that our runners find, the better the chance that it is somewhere rude like that Fey March for progression.
And ooh, well, that's nice.
I guess if you're gonna Zonk,
2 adamant armors. Wow, Sheila's feeling real generous.
I guess if you're going to zonk, an adamant armor and a pink tail, which effectively turns into an adamant armor, are not the worst thing in the world.
But that does mean that the circle of options gets smaller and smaller, and that Odin, like the chances of darkness at the Biathan, that is Odin, keeps increasing. Slowly but surely.
It basically leaves our runners now with the Feymarch, the Baron Basement, and Top of Tower, right?
Oh, I think so. Top of Tower. Ugh.
So, I mean, not a lot of options.
Yeah, it's looking rough. it's oh, Harp too. Yeah.
See, this is how much I fade Harp. I don't even consider it as an option.
It is an objective that is pretty important.
That's true. Harp is probably on the top of the priority list now.
Yeah, I am not doing Odin before doing Harp. Like at least I get some levels or whatever, or like at least item or something. Like I am not touching that Odin with a 10-foot pole unless I have to. Dupe Rosa.
No dupes are on, right?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
I mean, it's a nice thing to do. You know, like just there. Just right there. Are you gonna like let her like have a fever or something? No. You're right there. Might as well.
True. Already here shopping.
Starvales. Ooh. Oh, it's a heal.
Well, is a heal a good thing though? Because if you've MP glitched, it now resets your MP glitch. So,
well,
I don't know if that's
low MP. I don't know. I actually don't know.
We'll find out. We'll see if it's good or not.
Finding Sarvels and illusions. It's like Kuiper Shop has the goods.
Yeah, hey, definitely folks, some good items there for sure.
Hey folks, did you know that if you have perfect movement, the Kaipo lady doesn't bother you? It's true. And NGDF getting the good news that he's gonna get 2 adamant armor, and the bad news that it's not progression. Both tails though, that's nice.
I'm curious where the hook is at this point as well.
Probably the moon, I'm guessing.
I would kind of chuckle if it's like Top of Tower, and it doesn't lead to progression. Let's say the rat tail turns out to be like the spoon or something. And our runners are just running around like, okay, well, we have a bunch of adamant armors and no progression. And Zantetsuken. Oh, yep. Dave just realized has the tails, no hook.
It happens. Yep, going to grab that music. I mean, yeah, like Zantetsuken is a really, really strong magic attack, and like the magical bad thing is not very that high, but even then, it's a really strong attack by itself, so it's gonna hurt anyways.
Yeah, it's going to pierce the adamant armor. That's kind of the problem for the runners is that even if you get through the three attacks, which they'll get through with the adamant armor user,
Yep.
they're still in a bad spot going up against a Zantetsuken there. I don't know the exact damage, but I would guess it's in the mid thousands.
Do you know
Uh,
what you could do? I just realized that with the element armor, Kane can survive the punches and then just like counter-struck. Oh,
Yeah, that's definitely something that could be done. Requires some pretty expert timing, and I don't know if either of these runners are trained on that Kanderstruck strategy, if you will.
mhm. Which for the folks not in the know, there is a way to defeat Odin called Thunderstruck, in which if you use a lightning spell or item on Odin at the third time he raises his sword at a very specific window, his sword will act like a what's it called? A
Lightning rod.
thunder, a lightning rod, yeah, and then he will be instantly defeated. This can be achieved by surviving two Tantetsukens, which is really tough, but Kane can jump over two of them. Edward can also hide, but Kane can like needs to take like a punch or two or something. So it's really hard timing. Wow, very nice cutscene skip from Andy Dave.
Now, one thing I've been seeing our runners do, and I'll just get this in real quick before we shush for the music, is parrying with Cecil instead of covering. Very risky to do that because he won't cover when he parries. So just something to remember at home when you're trying cover shots with Cecil. Make sure you don't parry with him. Enjoy the music, y'all.
Well, that was very nice. The song was the Tokyo World Map from Shin Megami Tensei for a favorite of mine.
Yeah, a very nice song. Great rendition as well. And we see a tower key coming from the Twin Harp check. So that is
That's
most likely going to lead Dave straight to the Tower of Babel now.
that's so nice. Like not having to worry about having to make the decision of do I do Killer's Tower now or not. That's I like Tower Key is yeah, I feel it's like underrated as far as games go, because for me not having to make decisions while playing this game is so nicer. Like, oh yeah, I can just do Tower now. The game said so, basically.
And we have Warlink making the play to open the sealed cave. I wonder if he's going to be saving here, diving down to pick the boss. I think that might be what we're getting here.
Ooh. Let's go, Angie Dave. Gonna fish for some swords.
Yeah, I mean, if ever there were a time and a place and some characters to do it with, this is probably it. Um, the only other thing I could think of is maybe trying to do some of the tower checks first and getting to 10 key items and grinding, but it's not going to be too hard to get through these. And if you get a Crystal Sword or Excalibur, or even another Adamant armor, you're pretty happy, all things considered. Looks
Yeah,
like for this
adamant can
first
be.
chest,
Whoa, whoa,
there's
there
that
it
adamant
is.
armor.
There it is.
So, like,
Okay, so
it's
for Evelyn Castle, it is at 36.25% per chest for a tier 8.
mhm.
That's a defense sword too. Basically, wow, Evelyn is loaded.
Oh yeah, the weights on T Wildish for Evelyn Castle. Just
Artemis.
look at this loot. Artemis bow, defense sword, ninja sword, adamant armor, like just
Wow.
loaded to the gills. That is the beauty of T Wildish Evelyn Castle.
It like if you don't have a Cecil and like no adamants is on, it's kind of bad because of the incredibly high chances of getting tier 8 items, which are all holy swords at that point. But with a diverse cast like Cecil and like it's so nice.
And it looks like we have Warlink making the music play as well. Again, makes a lot of sense with it being an objective. And we are getting some ogre murdering on Dave's side. One ogre down, two about to be down, and we will see what the next trap chest pays out. Even if it's not a holy sword, you can hardly ever complain about finding adamant armors.
Absolutely not. I mean, at this point, this is 3 adamant armors, basically.
Ooh, it said crystal.
Ooh, I mean that's very nice. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's not the crystal you wanted to see.
Crystal ring is still extremely good though.
It is like it has the incredibly good magic defense, right? And like, what is it? +5 agility.
Yep. Also gives resistance to dragons, if I remember correctly.
Ooh. And if going in for the third and last dive. Wow, a flame spear?
I was more
Another
looking at the
white.
random white shirt just hanging out in the chest.
Oh my goodness, Evelyn was deep. Like, I like it's like all the good loot from like the waterway just like went to Evelyn Castle.
Yeah, because that watery pass was not the greatest.
Yeah, it wasn't. Kind of sucked. like let's be real. Oh wow, Edward's gonna do a harbor rendition once again, so we'll be quiet.
Okay, bye.
Angie Dave, unsurprisingly, going up the tower. Like it's like the city's just like telling you where to go.
Yeah, sometimes having a roadmap is a nice thing, and the seed is kind of road mapping for our runners. You've seen that they've done largely the same things. The only real difference is Dave has a full party for them, whereas Warlink doesn't. So right now, Dave is up a Castle Eblin trip, but otherwise our runners are full on parity key item wise. Warlink with the capability still of a double slingshot could make up a
Yeah.
lot of time. It might look like Dave is ahead in quite a bit, but I don't think that Dave is as far ahead as one might think. Oh, I guess also is up a Baron Castle trip, but did just complete that objective 3 as well, that Cave Magnus. So at least they're even on objectives, if nothing else.
Yeah, I will say that NG Dave is slightly ahead, but like there's a lot of game left still. Like this is still anyone's game. Do you like? Okay, so NG Dave got a lot of really good stuff from Evelyn Castle. Not a single Holy Sword though. Whoops.
Yeah,
Bahamut, huh?
it'll
Is
be
that King Queen? Wow.
Yep, completely free, sitting on the hook route.
Dang.
So now we just hope for Golbez at the King Queen Evelyn spot.
Yeah. But yeah, that kind of sucks to find King Queen Evelyn there, considering that it's a free character. Like you wanted to see that on the moon, basically.
Well, at this point, though, with 2 adamant armors, there's not
Yeah.
really a whole lot that's stopping our runners. Just without a holy sword, they're not going to be able to get there as quickly.
Yeah, pretty much.
I do wonder if anyone will take on the eyeballs here in the lower Tower of Babel, or maybe the last arm chest on the giant. Just keep searching for those holy swords, or if they'll just rock out with a light sword, a defense sword, and Leviathan.
Yeah, like that's a possibility. Like maybe okay, so K Main is on. I mean K Moon is on. So there's a good chance that what they need, like Forge for example, is to sitting on the moon. And for moon checks, it's 18% chance of getting a tier 8 item from Karen Reward. So maybe it's just better to just go, okay, let me just like hope that the Holy Sword just comes to me instead of like fishing for it. That's a possibility.
That is definitely true, that it could absolutely just show up from a check on the moon, which would be very nice for our runners. Or it could just show up at the top of the tower.
I was literally just gonna say, oh, but in Wildish, get it quest also have an 8%, but the city was ahead of me.
Imagine doing Castle Eblin for a crystal sword. Just find one from Bahamut on the top of the tower, forehead.
Wildish is silly. Well, dang. I guess I guess we won. This is a checklist seat now, basically.
This was a Tellah seed. This is now the Cecil and Rosa show.
I mean, you know, that's so fitting. That's how it goes. That's what happens when you let revenge consume you. You know,
fair.
Just stop being in control of your own life. That's what happens. Lesson learned, folks. Oh, hi, Kainatsu. Bye, Kainatsu. Wow, so I rolled a really nice seed this time, huh? That's shocking. Apparently.
What, you mean you don't like seeing Kainatsu at the Ribbon Room or the Elements location or somewhere with a super high amount of HP just to mess with runners?
It's just like, lately, it's just been like, oh, here's a seed with Wyvern with Wave and Kainatsu at a high HP spot. Here's like Odin at a really sucky spot. Oh boy, the Giants required. Here's like a 3-hour seed. So it's just like, wow, I rolled a nice thing? Wow, that's really nice. Like, wow, that's wonderful.
You did, however, hide Golbez somewhere, and we get double rocks against the dolls. The dolls are having a terrible day.
Yeah, people just were like rolling an engine, they just like wanted to show off.
Now, Warlink could take this Fusoya.
Ooh, no.
Says no. Might still be eyeing the slingshot. Hard committing to it.
If this isn't darkness, ooh. And
Earth Crystal.
Another step removed. Another check to avoid.
It's an objective, though.
It is. Wow. Now we just have to find Golbez and Forge. And Dave, of course, is just going straight for it.
We better see a treasury here, is all I'm saying.
Oh my, what? Why? Oh, adamant armors, I
No!
guess. Like, you don't need more. This is fine.
You always need more adamant armors, unless you already have 4.
Tricost Treasury is, if I'm reading the chart here, is almost a 2% chance of a tier 8 item.
Exactly, and there's 18 chests, so that's like better than a 1 in 3. It's almost like a 2 in 5 chance. Gotta go for it.
I'll take your word for it. It's also a 7.5% chance of it being a tier 7, which is pretty good still.
Ha, ha, ha.
Ooh, this spot sucks for Golbez, but
It sure does.
Actually, if you have the Starvels, just Starvel up and let him do the work himself.
Yeah, you just gotta not die.
Robe Rosa resists the hold gas.
But white shirt Rosa doesn't.
Yep, that's the issue.
And this spot is fast. This is like 44 agility here. This is a bad time.
It's gonna be rough. But if you can get the Starvel off, Golbez will do all the work himself.
Oh, someone has a ribbon.
Which you want to avoid that because you do want the meta objective, but it's gonna be hard to meet here. For sure. Like, okay, so to clarify to the audience, this week's meta objective is what I've called optional, because it doesn't affect gameplay, like standard gameplay. So if people miss it, that's just okay. That's fine. I'm not gonna get upsetty. But if you do not beat it, you are not eligible to pick the next week's character. So it's up to the racers.
Warlink is bringing Tellah back to life. That means Warlink is going for this meta objective.
Ooh. Let's hope Golbez plays nice. No! like with a party of 5, you can do this, but with a party of 3, it's a little rough. I do appreciate Warling's commitment to the main objective, though.
Yep, putting the adamant armor on Tellah, it's gonna make agility very awkward. Oh, nope, not putting it on. Going with the cursed ring.
Yeah, makes sense.
There's an edge in the Tower of Zot as well. I know I overlooked the Yang entirely, but that edge is interesting too.
Yeah, you have Yang and better Yang, which is I love my punchy boy, but yeah. and we do have some ninja swords. It's just too bad that basically it's just not happening. The party's full. Sorry. Wow, Pogo Pogo, huh?
Not a nice fight here.
Oh my god, so you look at with the big brain strats of putting Curse Ring and Adamant on Tellah for absorbing League 3 and Fire 2. Is that work? Or does it or does the immunity bit happen before the absorb? I forget about this interaction every single time.
I know that with Dragoon armor it'll work because it gives you a resistance. I don't know if the adamant armor is an immunity or a resistance. I haven't tested it.
I think it's an immunity, so I think it's gonna deal 1 damage. But this question has an answer that has been answered already. I just don't remember. Because how often do you see this? Not very often, but let me tell you.
Often do you also see someone decide that Rosa is no longer the right person to keep alive in their party, and they're going to keep alive the Tellah instead. Meanwhile, the Darkness Crystal is from the Earth Crystal.
Ooh.
So we are just a forge away now from being in go mode, or no mode anyway.
So, thing is, what free fights do we have left? Wirehag? Baron Guards, maybe?
Nope, we've seen both guards. We've seen Dark Imps at Sealed Cave.
Yeah, we have seen both cards. King Queen. We have seen.
Yeah,
We
I
have
think
seen.
just Water Hag.
No, no. Yeah, just Water Hag. So thing is, there's all of the remaining spots are rough. So I don't think our racers are gonna have an easy time
I
finding that forge.
I guess Mylon Z is free because
Oh
you have a
yeah,
Crystal Sword, and most things are free with a Crystal Sword, at least on Dave's side.
with Crystal Sword, Adamant Cecil is just silly.
Mm-hmm.
Like people like playing like omnidextrous states to make characters silly, but you don't need omnidextrous. You just give a Crystal Sword and an Adamant Cecil and you're good.
I mean, if you're playing Omnidextrous, as we learned earlier today, you can put a whole bunch of the best gear on DKC, and you can do 2,000 damage
Yeah,
Dark Waves.
yeah. Premier Knight in the Discord was like, yeah, you can do 2,000 damage with Dark Wave, and I was like, huh? Excuse me? Yeah, it's based on weapon power. Huh? You know, the more you know about this game. Like, I want to see a multi-dexterous seed where someone just fates Ordeals and just like Dark Waves with Dark Knight Cecil every single encounter and wins.
That'd be fantastic. This is a really rough spot to try to hit the meta objective.
So I was talking about how, wow, this seed is so nice. I'm shocked. Well, I just had to run my mouth.
As Rydia takes a casual 6,000 damage.
My goodness. Why? That's okay, Warling. That's just fine. Okay, so let me post the thing on the Discord that Premier Knight said. There you go. Dark Wave's damage formula is attack power multiplied by multipliers multiplied by 1 divided by 2. So it the math's right there, folks. I'm not good at this, but it's right there. Just do the numbers, and Dark Knight Cecil does good.
Dave resetting
Ooh.
out of the Golbez because he did not get the meta objective.
I respect the play, Angie Dave, and I appreciate it. I will be checking the VODs for whoever finishes in first, second, and third, and whoever does will get to pick next week's characters. We're running out of characters. No, like we're like 5 left or something, so I have to come up with something. Stay tuned. What is meta? It's basically an extra objective for funsies and flavor that the game cannot enforce. So we just make up stuff, and the researchers don't do it. I make up stuff. I'm the evil wizard cackling to limit masters, telling racers what to do, basically.
I just imagine you, Alchemy, sitting there, just kind of, rubbing your hands together or, your fingers betwixt each other, just coming up with all these evil ideas. You're like, I am the mastermind. What can I do to make them suffer this week?
It's not suffering, it's a story. I promise. like double high HP wave was an accident. I promised you.
And then there was the entire Yang seed.
That we don't talk about. We don't talk about the Yang seed. I tried painstakingly to analyze the flag set and go, yes, this will take less than 2 hours on average. I'm sure of it. And then the seed goes, ha ha ha, like Golbez, and I'm just like, well, okay, I guess. I guess you're the boss. I'm not. Yeah, this thing's 6. The chances of that are wild.
Isn't it like 0.3% that happens?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, Dave
Dave
might be pulling this off. The Meteo is queued.
And the viruses keep coming.
Golbez is definitely helping itself here.
Oh? Is this it?
Do we get extra points?
Yes!
Yeah, extra points to Dave.
Nice! Great job, Andy Dave. That is the Metal Detective beat completed and extra points. Wonderful. Witness my final power for the ribbon.
And now Tellah can go back to, well, being a glorified potato. We love
Yes.
you. We love you, Tellah.
Just throw those berserkers spells and you're good. You're helping like a lot actually. So just keep doing that and then you can take a nap. Like sure he's like spry and everything, but like let's be real, you gotta take a nap at Tellah's age sometimes. So you know.
The best part is with the cursed rings, Tellah doesn't have to nap.
Oh. But he's gonna nap anyways. Like let's be real. Like
Probably.
his HP pool is not the best. Like he can try all he wants, but unless you get him some apples, the durability is not there.
And we have both runners who have now checked Mist Cave. They've checked Waterfall. They are still looking for a D-Mist, and I think Dave is out of checks other than the Feymarch and the Moon, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct. I believe so. So it is time to grind.
Yep, I definitely agree with this decision. There is no reason not to just do your grind now. It probably also tells me he's going to go just ham on the Moon. Maybe since he's down here, he goes through and does the Feymarch, but I would be much more inclined to go to the Moon personally. I'd be interested to see what Dave does.
Yeah, there is like there is no free boss left except Mylon C. I don't know if you will count damage with 2 blink casters. It's just a slog still. So it's just an Odin at Leviathan is rough. Whatever is Azurek, it has the high potential to be rough. So wait, no, that is Wyvern, isn't it? No, Pildim is still around.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think there's 2 left.
Yeah. So there's a good potential that Asura is rough too. So it's just like there's no reason to postpone the grind any longer. You just do this and like go to the seat.
Yeah, absolutely agree.
The thing is that Angie Dave, unlike everything most people were expecting, has chosen to not do a D-Machine round, which is interesting, and I like it.
Well, with Siren showing up and with 10 key items being on, by the time you set up the D-Machine grind and finish it out, you're already done with the Siren grind, especially when it's what we call a hold A grind, because Crystal Sword Cecil exists and you can just hold A.
It's very fast.
Yeah, it's 3 eggs a minute, and you're only doing like 10 to 12 of them. It's a 4-minute grind to power overwhelming.
I just imagine a car that just says X per minute, basically. on the like velocimeter or whatever it's called, it's like X per minute. Like, yeah.
This Cecil grinds at 3 eggs per minute. Put it in the blender, folks.
This baby grinds 4 eggs per minute. Whoa! Where'd you get that?
New meta, 4 eggs a minute.
I don't think you actually can do that. It's like physically. I don't think the game lets you do that.
Yeah, I know 3 is pretty much standard, but 4 would be incredible.
There is how like perfect inputs, I guess, like task inputs.
Or Pancras inputs.
Yeah, I guess Pancras inputs. Maybe 4. The dream of 4 eggs per minute could be achieved. So, Angie Dave deciding to go take a visit to the Feymarch royalty, which is interesting. I like it. What if this is Forge, and Moon is completely haunted?
It could be, and we just don't know. Dave is also opting to leave 8 sirens on the table there. I mean, with a crystal sword and an adamant armor, you're probably safe anywhere beyond about 1400 health, but it's the type of situation still where I might consider grinding 1 or 2 more, but mid-40s crystal sword, adamant armor, Cecil, yeah, you're probably safe through just about anything but a really rude, awkward wyvern at a Syrah, which could happen.
Yep. Uh, that I once saw, I think Premier and I described the adamant armor as like a grind reducer. So it just like saves you grind time because your power level is increased without grinding as much.
Oh
So
yeah.
it might be just like basically a textbook example of this. Like I just have no need to spend more time grinding. I can do this now.
Yeah, it's definitely true. The more comfortable you get with lower levels, and these are by no means low levels at this point. This
Yeah,
is mid 40s, is more than enough power. But the more
there's for
comfortable you get with it, the further you go. Ow.
Bye, Tellah.
37,000 health here. Cecil doing 5 to 6,000 a hit. Not going to be a very long fight. There will
Yup.
be no Zantetsuken at that rate.
Yeah. Good. He's so fast too.
Well, he's relative agility 1.
He's helping. Oh my god, he's so fast. Yeah, bye Odin. How many X per minute is that? Huh? So fast.
Well, Odin is scrambling 1 cane per fight.
One game per. As I like to say, this race club has inherited the Wacky Races Club time slot, so we like to get some of that energy sometimes.
It's a good time. There is a ninja shirt. That is not what Dave was looking for.
Play for the meme. Ninja shirt.
Let's see what's at the spot next door.
Don't leave Tellah on the ground. You can like cast something. Come on.
Oh,
Never mind. Most he can muster will be virus, actually. I mean Berserk, I guess.
but we do have Warling finishing up the tower as well, about to receive, I believe this was the Earth Crystal, and maybe we'll get to see a treasury check out of Warling.
It would be shocking if there was like another adamant there.
I hope there's like 2 more in there.
There's a distinct possibility. It's not that unlikely. It is unlikely, but not that unlikely. So the main thing about the Paladin is that he counters summons with Quake, and if you don't float, Leviathan's out of the pool. But Turidia at this point has virus, so that's just fine.
The neat thing about the Quake as well is it is based on the magic attack of the spot, and the magic here is super huge. So
Yeah,
those would be vicious Quakes.
yeah. So it's good to remember that most of the moon bosses don't react nicely to summoning magic, so gotta keep that in mind. Honestly, at this point, Angie Dave is gonna go to the moon. Ah, no, he has the fortune anyway. No, never mind. Wow.
Womp womp.
I mean, that's nice. You put Kate in the middle. It's good. But, sheesh.
Yeah.
Wait. Hold on. Buck it up, Xenocat. What do you mean adamant armors make you immune to float? Excuse me?
Yeah, you can't float with adamant armors on.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? Okay. I'm sure I knew this at some point. I just forgot. There's so much information about this game.
A lot of really weird interactions, but hey, we're getting a treasury check. Thank you, Warlink.
Oh, here we go. Oh my god. Oh. That was excellent.
Great.
I hope more people do that. I was on the edge of my seat. Ooh. Well, that was pretty good. Zeus Gauntlets. You love to see it.
Zeus Gauntlet Stardust Rod, not bad. No adamant armors though, a little sad.
I mean, it's like almost a 2%, and that's not a lot. It's more likely to get a tier 7, which is the Zeus Gauntlets are and the Stardust.
Well, those are both tier 6s. They're
Oh,
not
really?
even 7s. Yeah, they're really
What?
good, but
What? I for sure thought. Well, okay, so Crystal Ring is tier 7, right?
nope. Also tier
What?
6.
What's a
Uh,
tier 7? Artemis
Dragoon,
Arrow?
Dragoon Lance, Artemis Arrows, White Shirt, Moonveil, Masamune,
Okay.
and so
Yeah.
there's like one or two other things. Bahamut.
Okay,
But
yeah.
it's a lot of like offensive gear. Almost all of the defensive gear is tier 6,
Okay,
except for
that
like
makes
the
sense.
white shirt.
That makes sense. Never mind.
Yeah, Avenger as well is tier 7, which you could argue should even be tier 8. It's so good.
Yeah, yes. We shall see next balance patch.
I
I mean,
don't think it'll be
legendary,
moved, but that's
who
okay.
knows? Let me say, in this small role, I can't, as a flag designer and loving of flavor in flags and the like, I can wait for the no back row glitch flag to come up on the next update. I can't wait
It's,
for that.
that is going to fundamentally change a lot
I
of party
I
construct.
I,
It's going to be really cool.
Oh wow, Dr. Lugia at Bahamut? Don't mind if I do. Those punches are still gonna hurt though, but not as much.
Yeah, the robot is about to do bad things to the doctor here. This is going to be a large punch.
Grrr. Uh, just, ju- just like the next free enterprise update, whenever that happens, there is no date. Ouch! Oh my God, Barnabas, that's, that's rough.
That's a
Goodness.
2,000 damage punch to a back row Dr. Luge there.
Wait. Enemies also back row between each other?
I
Is
assume
that
they did. Maybe they
I-
don't. I always assume they did. I've never looked into it.
huh. Another piece of extremely niche knowledge. There is some like Kata seed where this is very important. I just don't want to know anything about it. Well, there's Leviathan. Wow, he's alone. How sad. I mean, he did punch his creator from 2000 HP.
I mean, I always assume the reason why I took less damage from the back arm of Baigen as opposed to the front arm is because of back row stuff. But maybe I'm totally wrong on that. And,
No. I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, like enemies between themselves. Like, I don't know if they take back row that like damage if one is charmed or whatever. Who knows? Edge? Nope. I think Warling is committed to the slingshot.
Or maybe just waiting until he knows every character that's available.
Yep. Let me say, like, sure, Warling might be behind Indie Dev, but like, props to Warling for figuring out this whole seed with only 3 characters for the most part. That's, I mean,
Definitely.
sure, it's Cecil and Rosa and Tellah, but it's still an achievement.
And down goes Luge, and there's a hook. I fully expect Dave to back out of the moon, at least temporarily, and go check those, because that's another adamant armor as well as the rat tail turn-in. So nearly certain that we would see Dave take a look at this.
Like, and the moment you and if it's half a forge, so now you know that you only need the other half instead of diving the moon for the 2 pieces and like finding nothing useful.
There is also the thought that you could take on the Murasame altar right now, find out whatever's here. If it's half of the forge, then you can just straight up save scum the rat tail turn in.
Yep.
And you either know that you have go mode or you know that you don't at that point. And I wonder if that's what Dave will opt to do as well. Because you can't actually get go mode from just the rat tail turn in.
Yep. We have a first place finisher in Wylem, time of 1 hour 25 minutes 32 seconds. GG's Wylem. Wow.
Yeah, GG's to Wylem indeed. A speedy time.
I'm so glad this seed didn't take 3 hours. So glad.
That is Wylem's what, 5th win in this club?
Yeah, Wylem's really like grinding at it with the points.
I know that I ran one of these races
Yep, you did.
and finished second to Wylam, and I'm perfectly content with that based on how he's been
Wylam,
destroying the rest of the league.
Wylam is really good at this game. Okay, Wylam
Oh,
is
I
very
know.
good. Yeah, yeah. Just telling the audience, just in case.
Yeah, Wylam is a
So,
hidden gem of the community. Doesn't do a lot of like tournament races and stuff, but is extraordinarily good and knowledgeable about the game.
I think Angie Dave is going bottom up. You see.
Yeah, and
Yep.
that's interesting to me because I would have figured if you're going for the Bahamut play, you would finish out the top down play. But maybe thinking that he didn't find directly part of the forge from Value Cave, knowing that's not.
Warling is looking for Rydia. Like, where's Rydia? I know I got a Rydia, but no, he didn't. And he wiped to CPU. He wiped to CPU and didn't actually grab Rydia. Did he actually pick Edward?
No, he was thinking about it, but no spoon. If there were a spoon, that would be a very defensible pick.
Just like slingshot Edward to like, I don't know, reasonable HP levels. He's gonna wreck.
There we go. Remembered where the Rydia was.
Like, honestly, that would have happened to me. Like, I actually also thought that he just actually had the Rydia picked up, and it was like, why isn't he picking the Rydia already? He's taking a long time to decide. And then I realized, oh, actually, so it happened to me too.
The nice thing about this, at least, is he can just go ahead and take this fight and not have to worry even about putting the children to bed. They're not going to gain enough levels off of this. So
everyone else is
yeah.
already.
Yeah, they're all level 30 plus, so there's no way to ruin the slingshot here, which is good.
Leviathan at this spot, huh? I mean, it's fine. Wow. I mean, here was talking about, oh wow, no more free bosses, almost. But
well, with Crystal Sword Cecil, everything's free.
I mean, yeah, especially with an armor. You know, I've been doing this for a while, like this whole commentary thing, but I still forget that I have to use push talk, and I just like let go of the button mid sentence. Like, whoops.
I don't use push to talk because I would screw it up way too much. That is far too much responsibility for my small marsupial brain to be able to handle repeatedly.
I totally get that. Wow, a pass and a protect ring. Those are really good, but not real value implications.
The pass is really nice because it saves you an extra trip down the lunar subterranean, since you have to go forge anyway. So that's pretty good, honestly.
And you know, every bit of XP you get, it makes the armor safer. So it's good. Oh hey. Wow! We were just talking about you. Nice of you to show up. Warning.
Yeah, this fight for Dave would be shorter if he could just berserk Cecil.
Even through the 64,000 HP, do you think so?
I don't think it would be much longer.
Punch Tellah anyways. That's funny. I don't know why.
Take a nap, old man.
Bonk. Bye. And the fact that he was Tellah out of everyone. Ah, excellent. Whoops. I mean, that's nice, I guess, but not what you want to see.
Nope. Bahamut Summon, that's great for lots of things that Leviathan already handles very easily.
Yeah, the thing is that those things were already handled for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Just like Where the heck is Forge?
Uh,
Hmm.
two of the spots on the moon, or wherever Demist is, or some
Yeah,
combination thereof.
Giant is looking like a possibility at this point.
And yeah, Dave making his way to the Sokopogo spot. Warlink setting up that D Machine grind. It'll be a very short D Machine grind, though.
Oh wow.
There's Elements, which is going to explode in various stages. Because
Yeah.
the holy weakness and resistance is messed
it's,
up.
it's, it's kind of weird. Right, we said that Valvala is resistant to Holy.
Val is strong or weak to holy, but
Oh,
Ruby and the turtle are strong against it. It's very strange.
it is a little bit. Elements is it's a weird boss in general.
But
Oh, bye.
yeah, Ruby is a mage there for whatever reason. Uh, and Ruby is no longer a mage. Ruby is now just gone. So that's 1.25
Wow.
leg that have been removed. And there is a spoon, not the value that Dave was looking for.
Wow. So top to bottom was the answer, huh?
Well, unless there's value at the Crystal Sword altar, in which case you probably don't
I
get
mean,
to it until last anyway.
middle.
I believe the Crystal Sword altar first is called the Demarine play, based on Demarine going for that altar first, to kind of mix things up on people.
Um, I wonder if Warling picks the elements. Like, huh?
After getting Nuke, I would say yeah, but not.
Yeah, after getting Nook especially, you could check elements. Like, just in case it is that damage that Erasers have been looking for, which continues to look more and more likely that Demist has the other half of Forge. The more time it passes. Oh, he's actually doing it.
Interesting.
Oh
Hmm.
no! Actually,
Well,
I think that doesn't. Oh wow, wow! What what a
so
moment!
about that silver staff that our runners decided to sell. A silver staff would be particularly nice here because
Oh
you
my
can Zerk
god!
up and then you can cast Basuna by using the silver staff as an item and remove the Berserk. Or, how I just saw in Dave's inventory, he has a Unicorn, which would do the same thing.
Oh my goodness! Basuna has been in 3 games, 4 if you count the after years. No. So, yeah, sorry. Yeah, dimensions too. So 4 games if you count the after years. That's how weird of a spell Basuna is.
But everything has a use.
Yes, everything. Free enterprise. The key to success is mostly just knowledge. The more knowledge you have, the more niche situations you can come out on top of, that you know the interactions of, the better you will be at the game. Execution is also important, but I feel True Enterprise is most important key to success in a racing sense. It's just knowledge, such as this one. Did Warling find the fight? It looks like
I
it.
think Warling found the fight. This is the third time now, yes.
Yeah, so there's a good chance this is the mission. And the machine though, so much HP. Ugh. I mean, they missed so much HP.
Only 25,000 here. Thankfully, it is the lowest HP of any of the moon spots, but that's still 25,000 HP of a wholly resistant enemy
Actually,
when you have a crystal sword.
Hama was a very nice pick, huh? After all, you don't have nukes, so this will do.
Well,
There's
Rydia
nuke.
has nuke now.
Wow. So the decision from NG Dave to not use that many sirens was absolutely the correct one. Whoop! There it is.
I wonder.
Do you go back to the blue planet
I
to
think you.
exchange
I
tail?
think yes, because you have both the rat tail and the demish check. I think you have to go at
Yeah.
this point. And Dave also has the pass already, so
Yup.
there's almost no reason not to go make those checks now.
Yeah, like the statistically probable play here is just that those two checks have one of them is the Adam Rock, and instead of the Adam Rock being on Muramasa, which will be the statistically unlikely play.
Yeah, at this point, a moonspot is less likely to have the value than the demist and the rat tail check combined. So
Yep.
I absolutely agree with your assessment there and with Dave's assessment to go make these checks. And of course, saying all that in before it's actually at the Murasame altar.
Yeah, yeah. Just you wait. This is gonna be packaged. Yep, told you. I mean, don't you witch at me, chatters or anything. There's like only like two key items left. There's
Yeah,
no merit on that prediction.
there's very little left to find. I think there's one Zonk left and the Adamant, right? That's it?
Yep. Also, do pay attention from NG Dave that he stepped into Mist Village from the right entrance in case this will happen. The very real possibility that the entrance tile of the left side of the Mist Village becomes an event tile that triggers the cutscene that you do not want to see. And the real test. Nope.
My.
Of course. You don't want the adamant armor? I guess you don't need it at this point, right? It it's you out though. We have a
I
second
was.
place finisher with in Roger McBain, which finished in second place with 1 hour 37 minutes 29 seconds. GG's Roger McBain, another very
GG's
good
Roger.
racer.
Yeah. A lot of
He's
good racers.
yeah. Roger McBain is the beast at the ladder, right?
Yeah, very good ladder runner as well.
Yep.
I think he's
We have a ladder,
got.
folks. It's a thing. Reminder. Sorry, I think I cut you off. What were you saying, Possum?
I was just saying, I think Roger's got a very good record on the ladder, a very fearsome opponent on there. Look, it's Evil Wall. Speaking of fearsome opponents, although with an adamant armor, Evil Wall is literally free because it can't
Yes,
crush you, and the physical hits are only going to do one. So
yes,
normally scary, not
he's
that scary.
literally free because the adamant armor makes him immune to instant death. Wow.
Now, but imagine Warlink is closing in on the end of their grind here. Got to be getting close because this is a fair amount of D machines done, and the kids are going to be getting quad XP off of this. 10 key
Yeah.
items, slingshot bonus, life glitch. I'm sorry, it's even more than that. Like,
Like
it-
this since we were like I know 64 is still fresh in our minds, but the life glitch is very much alive in these flag sets for the most part. So this is a really fast grind. Also, Warlink has been playing expertly pretty much. This is like textbook machine, like really well played, and it's just like it's going so fast.
yeah, I think this is going to be a ton of XP here.
Yep, there's the adamant. If
And
Warlink does top to bottom, I don't. It's gonna be tough to catch up to NG Dave, but even then, it's there are other people racing in this club. So if Warlink goes top to bottom instead of bottom to top, he's gonna find that adamant, and that's gonna be real push towards his finishing time.
definitely. And here's a moment of truth. That is 796,400 XP. That's
Oh,
going to get white on Rosa. It's going to get roughly 1.6 million XP on both the kids, which is more than enough for Nuke. And so Warlink is quite well set up for reflex strats now. A totally different strategy than you're going to see from Dave, who is going Zerker strats.
Yep. Wow, I really enjoy the fact that both racers had a completely different play style in this stage from each other. It's been very nice to see. Which forge is it gonna be?
I'm going to guess the Asura Rod. That's one of them, right?
Yep. Asura's Rod will be. I mean, I think Palomar already has a Stardust, doesn't it? Or maybe not, because NG Dave didn't open the treasury.
Well, there's a Stardust Rod in the shop anyway, so.
Oh.
Hey, Asura Rod, I got one right. I'm a witch now,
Nice.
too.
She got a coin flip. Wow, with powers.
It's the first coin flip I've hit in Free Enterprise in like a week, all right? Let me have this one.
Okay. I'll give it to you. I'll let you have it.
Apples, crystal rings, Stardust Rod. Honestly, a very nice shop. That's a lot of good tier 6s in there.
Just jam apples down the old man's throat, give that Asura's Rod to Tellah, and have him cast Meteor on Suramus. Just go ham. Go for it.
How many bonus points do the runners get if they kill Zeromus with Tellah's Meteor Alchemy? I have to ask this.
None, but it's gonna extra points in my heart. Which, as we all know, the aim of this club is just to feed my ego. So, absolutely.
And it looks like Warlink deciding to go after this Val, and also going to probably go after whatever's at the CPU spot. Going to have all of the levels. Dave deciding to get an extra adamant armor because more power is, well, more power.
Yep. Like we're already down here. Might as well.
And I believe Dave will be heading over to turn the pass in. And I think Dave's going to finish under 2 hours, Alchemy. I think you did it.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Not even a lit 2 seed this time. You did well.
Not even a lit 2 seed. A lit 1.5 at that. It tends to happen when you get adamants. I'm sure NG Dave is gonna be checking the whole the whole agility situation. Just in case.
Got a curse ring on Tellah, no need.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. I forgot that we already had that. So gotta go fast. I think we have to do the thing now, possibly.
See, I was going to ask, but I was waiting for flags in chat. Heretic Trance got us there. So, nice. Yeah, there's a big bad boss that can't be put anywhere else. Its name is Zeromus. Zeromus casts Big Bang and Meteo and other things, and it has, 120,000 HP or something like that after the refill?
Something like that,
But the question is not about Zeromus. The question is about Zeromus's choice in costumes. Zeromus always deciding that Halloween time is now time. So, Alchemy, what is the question?
Halloween is forever. That's the question. Sorry, no.
That's the answer.
Yes, that's the answer. Sorry, I got confused. Whose spot are we gonna kick tonight? Well, this afternoon in general. And what is Zeromus cosplaying as?
And
except on Halloween.
Except on Halloween. That's fair.
It's true, Sino got 20 now. That Halloween he did go comes to less. Wow.
And as we're going to get to see who Zeromus is cosplaying as, we also get to see who the CPU boss is, and whether this would have been oodles of fun for our runners as well. Oh my goodness. That is not demissed. And Warlink says no thank you.
Yeah, bye. Bye.
Oh, well, I guess
Wow.
we're beating up Scala today, which is strange.
Yeah.
Don't know how I feel about this.
Watch out. She will cast a news Papega on you.
Oh, I've been newspapered so many times. I'm immune to that spell.
Yeah, there's only so much you can do when Possum starts eating the paper anyway.
Paper. Buttons.
So weren't talking much about the fight itself, because Cecil.
What fight?
yeah, exactly. what fight? I mean, Kane did swing for 1,000, so
Yes.
there's that.
Cecil is casting nuke with his hands. that is what he's doing right now.
Goodness.
That's
It's just so silly. Like I rarely get to see like this kind of Zero fights. It's so wild.
the lowest damage Cecil's done so far has been 6,000. That's more than Rosa just did with White.
He's so fast too. Oh my god. But this Big Bang, did we nerf?
Yes.
Apparently.
A direct
Wow.
cast nuke was the nerf.
Oh, Tellah's fine too. Wow. I thought he was gonna not finish the fight standing up, but might be wrong.
Down to whether or not he dodges rocks, we're not going to see a second Big Bang here.
Are
So-
we going to see rocks? That's the thing.
I think we will. I could be wrong though.
Foster, I don't think Tellah is secretly Santa. Fusoya is secretly Santa. This has been established already long ago.
Is that even a secret?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I guess not. And if it was, not anymore.
Tell us
Wow.
helping.
Helping, hell yeah. You love to see it. It's the hero. Come on. Come on, Bone. He's tried so hard.
96 from a crystal sword swing. That's a number.
It's so nice seeing the big numbers pop up. It's just like, wow, look at that. It's so big. Big numbers make my head feel good. And wow, I thought that shake was it. It must be very close.
Yeah, I think Cecil's next swing is going to do it. Because I think we're about to tip here.
And
Or that was actually just... Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Well, GG's to Dave.
Great work.
So that is Engie Dave finishing in 6th place overall with a time of 1:50.07. First on Restream. We will see if we can get Dave in for an interview. And I believe with that dinging in our ears, we are now joined by Engie Dave. GG's to you.
Thank you.
Well, what do you think about that wacky seed?
Well, I decided to take the grand tour of the seed, as you could tell.
You did.
Also reset out of the Golbez because I didn't realize he would blast himself down before me to resolve.
That happens. I mean, yeah, either you get him at a low magic damage spot and it's like a slog, or either he's like in a big like magic damage spot and he's too fast for you to catch.
So we noticed that you took a tour of Eblin Castle hunting for a sword. And immediately after hunting for a sword, you found a sword. Just take us through your thoughts on that. Because we had a good chuckle in the booth about you finding that crystal sword.
Well, obviously, T Wildest Treasure, it's what, a 37% chance of tier 8 in any of those chests? which it hit, just not a shiny sword. So I was thinking, yeah, sure, we'll check there first before I do anything else. Crystal Sword will certainly speed things up. And then there was some serious grumbling, and fine, I guess I'll take it. After getting from Leviathan.
I guess.
Or sorry, Bahamut there.
I mean, if the city gives you no choice. Go on, Possum.
Yeah, I was laughing a little too at that because I knew it was gonna happen.
You knew? Oh wow.
Oh yeah, we know this Randall's got jokes.
Yes, we do.
I wanted to ask about your choicing characters. You opted to go with a pretty early party of 5 there and filled out your party relatively early. You filled it out. Your last character taken was Rydia. Was that because of the Leviathan from Fabul as a way to get you through the early game, or
Exactly.
was it okay?
Yeah, obviously I'm going to take Rose and Cecil every time. That's
Yeah.
I mean,
you only have to think twice about that. Kane is
That's how that works.
good in general. And Leviathan makes pretty much the entire early game easy.
And was there ever any, I guess, kind of doubt or upsettedness, if you will, when you saw like Fusoya from Baron or Edge on Zod? Were you ever like, oh, I wish I would have had them? Or was it more, I took these characters for very particular reasons and I'm totally fine with this?
Yeah, I made the play that I thought was right with the information I had. I'm not going to grumble and second guess it.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Like, yeah, that's totally fair.
Like I said, two of those choices I'm going to make every time. That's a snap decision. And Rydia, I had the firepower for her.
Like, absolutely, that makes total sense in my head. Warlink, your opponent on Restream opted for playing the entire seed with 3 characters and then doing a double slingshot, which is another viable play to make in this flag set, which was very nice to see. The divergence between you getting your 5 party members early and Warlink waiting. So great showing.
Oh, I had enough of the 3 character fun after last week.
Okay, fair enough.
I mean, to be fair, we saw more characters in the first 3 minutes this week than we did all of last week.
Yeah, and last week 3 characters were on too, I think. Goodness.
Yeah, but they were all the same.
Yeah. So, any last thoughts, Andy Dave?
Thank you, Alchemy, for setting up this club. It's been fun the entire time.
Thank you.
Give a shout out to Asuka for rolling this lovely seed. I just show everyone the whole thing.
I'm the one that rolled the seed.
Oh, you rolled the seed. Asuka's
all meanness or niceness to me. Asuka just
that's Asuka for putting on the show. Xenocat for pushing all the buttons, and you, Alchemy and Possum, for keeping everyone entertained while we race.
Oh, we had a lot of fun. This city had jokes.
And I'm glad I could show them to you.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. So I know you finished 6, so you aren't like eligible. But out of the characters that we haven't seen yet, who would you like to see? And I can remind you which characters we haven't
had Edge
seen yet. Nope.
Let's go with the Speedy Boy next.
Yeah, we haven't had Edge, Cecil Paladin, Rosa, Fusoya, Sid, and Palom.
I think Speedy Boy's a good next choice.
I agree. I like that. So
We'll have some fun with anchoring.
Yeah. Fun in quotations. So thanks a lot, Andy, for joining us in the booth. Really appreciate it, putting up a great show, and I hope to see you next time.
All right, thank you. Have a good.
Thank you.
GG's again, Dave.
I will talk to you guys later.
And while we had Angie Dave finish in 6th place, we did have some other finishers off stream. We had finishing in third place Scythe Marshall at a time of 146.51. And then we had a couple of finishers a half second apart. Tybalt finishing in fourth place, 146.59.5, and Tall Grant in fifth place, 147.00. Half a second separating the two of them. So GG's to everyone who has finished so far.
Wow, just like rolling delete impaled him. like my stream like skip a frame. I was like, Paladin was there, Paladin wasn't there. Like, oh, where did Paladin go?
Well, you see, most enemies are weak to Crystal Sword and Nuke. Paladin is weak to, I mean, all of it. Yeah.
I see. You know, I keep seeing Paladin be like a white cool dragon with the weird arms. I'm like, oh, Paladin versus Holy. It doesn't.
Nope.
It doesn't. It looks like it, but it doesn't. It
No,
absorbs elements. Like what?
The fun one is the second half of the Dark Elf fight. That dragon that looks identical to Paladin absorbs Holy, but is weak to holy weapons, but absorbs a holy spell.
Okay. So let's let's make one thing clear. The same thing I believe happens with Rubicant and his flame cloak. They made them absorb the elements in order to get them healed more when they absorb it. So they made them absorb the elements and be weak to them, so the absorb will be really high. But thing is, weapons don't deal magic damage, and the absorb bit only deals with magic damage, I believe. So it just like goes right through it. And it's like, haha, I hit you for 4 times damage. Haha.
It's a well-programmed game with a lot of nice features.
It is. It just has a lot of like weird, niche, bizarre interactions that were never meant to be seen. But here we are. We just took the game. So the game is a nice box with lots of toys and pieces, and we just like took the box and turned it upside down and like dumped the whole box on the floor, and we said, "Here, we have Final Fantasy IV." Basically.
I mean, show me any video game from 20 or 30 years ago that isn't torn asunder by a randomizer. None of them were intended for it.
Yeah,
None of them.
None. All of them get real weird when you're like, oh hey, I'm level 80 with this weird weapon that I'm not supposed to have against this weird boss that I'm not supposed to be here. I was like, oh, okay. Asuka, depends on your definition of randomizer. You randomize Tetris pieces, and as in the what I said as a 5x5 grid that the pieces can exist in, you get some really weird pieces. Well, actually, I want to see this now.
You also have the Tetris randomizer that intentionally does the worst possible pieces at every turn. It's programmed to give you garbage where it's trying to make you mess up. So even Tetris has been randomized to an extent. Nothing is safe.
Isn't Tetris NES like RNG like kind of garbage? I forget about it. It's something like that.
Well, I mean, there is no actual RNG.
Yeah.
Like, RNG is technically a myth with older games. It's all predetermined in a sense.
Yeah, it's like frame and whatever.
Yeah.
So,
was that Medio on Rydia?
It probably. So Morling did do top to bottom. So, there it is. Bye.
Well, the Legend Sword is at Crystal Sword, though, right?
Oh goodness, it is.
So not quite yet.
Oh well, okay, but if Warding is doing top to bottom, then he's gonna hit Crystal Sword next.
We shall see.
Coming soon will be the commentary randomizer. I mean, that's not hard. Like, I'm sure someone in the community can slap together like a Python AI script that just takes, I don't know, Asuka and me and Possum, and it just like slaps them together, and it's like, hello, I am commentator.
I was thinking more like you have 3 or 4 commentary booths, and the restreamer just, like, constantly switches between them every, like, 60 seconds to 2 minutes, which would be pretty humorous as well, I think.
We have to do that for next April Fools. I actually absolutely love that idea. Oh my god. Just like one tracker, one restreamer, and like 8 commentators. Just like keep like everyone's commentates the same race. It's just that the restreamer keeps swapping rooms. I'm so smitten with this idea. Okay. Well, you heard them, restream leads. I'm not gonna hop around here anymore. The ball's on your part. So, did Warlink ignore Crystal Altar?
Sure did.
Oh goodness, Warlink.
Warlink
Well-
is making the calculated odds-on play, which
This
we
makes
know,
absolute sense.
yes, is normally the correct play. In this particular seed, it is objectively incorrect. But, again, you play the odds, and sometimes you get burned by the odds. And that is unfortunately exactly what is going to happen to Warlink here.
Yep,
Thankfully, has all the
pass.
levels in the world, and it's going to be fast.
And also this has the pass, so
Yeah.
nice. Also, what the heck? So like sometimes in like this is a randomizer, there is a sense like a certain amount of luck required where you have certain information about statistical odds. Dude, this is basically gambling. And you say, okay, the chances of this happening is this, and I like those chances because this has 3 to 4 key items that are very close together, so it's faster to do this compared to this other one. Too bad that in this case it's not gonna pay off, but that doesn't mean it's a bad play. It's just not the right play for this city in particular.
Exactly. And like I said earlier, as someone who has been missing every 50-50 he's taken lately, this is my life. What Warlink is doing right now in Free Enterprise is, let me just go and make all the wrong choices for the seat I'm on. Because that's sometimes how the rando goes.
Yeah. That's it. That's just what it do sometimes. Warlink basically right now it is checking from a checklist like and this and this and that. Okay, I see. And like at this point, okay, so I really enjoy when the seed tells me where to go. So listen, I really like going from point A to point B. That's kind of who I am. So I get so confused and stressed out when it's like, hello, here's magma key and darkness. Go anywhere you want. I'm just like, ugh. I just like, ugh. But when it's like, go here, go there, go next time. It's so nice to me, and this seed has been basically that. I have enjoyed it immensely. See,
yeah, it's been a fairly nice seed overall compared to the last few, to be completely honest.
Oh goodness,
it's definitely
nice
been
break.
more like lit 1, lit 1.5 instead of the lit 2.5 you've been giving people lately. So like there's the Crystal Sword Cecil, there's the Cursed Ring, there's a lot of ways to make people go burr. It's set up really nicely, and a lot of the key items led to other key items that were helpful. So the seed kind of drove itself in that manner, and it was a little refreshing.
It really was. If you want to see a different take on this flag set, the async for this flag set is still open. It will close tomorrow, but if you need more time, just add me in the Discord, and I'll close it later. But it's a different take on this flag set. It's a different experience. That's all I can say. But if you're interested in this flag set, the async is open in the Discord. We have a Discord. It's really good. We're really welcoming, and we love to make jokes, like good ones, not like garbage ones, and it's really fun to be around, and people are really helpful. So, and you can be in this booth right here too. You know, and you could be making jokes about Edward and the Spoon right now if you were to join the Discord. I'm a very good salesperson, I promise.
I do want it to be known for everyone that Warlink was in possession of a spoon for roughly 1/4 of 1 second.
Warling, please. Wow, that was so fast. I missed it. Oh goodness.
I thought things saved after doing the ribbon room.
like let's be real. I will have like checked out of this state already too. Like let's be completely honest here. This is just like face check until you find the thing and you know it's here pretty much. So I totally understand being like, oh, this isn't interesting, bye. And it's like, whoops.
Well, either way, it's not going to take long to get through this Leviathan when Cecil's swinging for 8k and the nukes are flying as well, so the pass will be reclaimed and it won't be too much of a time loss. So not too big a deal.
Absolutely. Like, well, Leviathan just like melted.
Yeah, I guess we can just wave Leviathan goodbye.
Yep. I mean, the pass. It's probably faster to kill Leviathan again than to run the whole LST down.
Oh, way faster. But we know that this is where that Legend Sword is going to be. Warlink probably going to have a much better time of it as well with that demist than Dave did, because Warlink is going to have nuke on 2 characters, and demist does not resist a nuke like demist resists holy swords.
Yes. Absolutely correct. And Ordeals
oh dear.
To be very happy.
However, Palom forgot to resist any of the damage when Palom got punched in the face.
Oh my god. I forget that the Crystal Sword Altar punches really hard.
Yep. Sure does.
Indeed. It's just easy to forget because, you know, the ones that pop up in your mind are like, ooh, Leviathan, King Queen, Hammock, because those are the ones that, you know, pop up like more often. But actually, it's just like it just punches really hard.
Yep. A lot of physical attack power here because, again, naturally in the vanilla game, Wyvern doesn't use physical attacks. Therefore, let's max out the physical attack power. This nuke should do it, though, if my math is any good. Alright, good. I still got it. Warlink also now has their Legend Sword, and that is going to be go mode for Warlink. Gonna go turn in that Forge, get the Asura Rod, turn the pass in, and head on in to defeat the final boss.
Which in this case is Shala with a newspaper.
That is Skala's ultimate weapon, the newspaper.
Oops, incoming. See, just say boops incoming, Epic Corvid, but it's not gonna be Shala booping. It's gonna be Cecil booping Shala with the big crystal sword.
I don't actually know on Warlink's side if that's what it's going to be. Might actually end up with just pure reflect strats.
Do you do unicorn strats? I know Warlink has a unicorn, right?
Dave had a unicorn. I don't know if Warlink does.
Unicorn wasn't gambling, I think.
Okay, then so, I don't think Warlink has it.
Okay. it's just fun, like unicorn strats. You will think you will see them more often, but I guess like if Tellah survives, you could have Tellah use the unicorn.
I mean, the other thing you can do is, let's say, for some reason, like Rosa or Tellah puts up the veil, you could have them then reflect a moon veil back. And then Cecil's
Oh,
attacks would miss because Aromas would have physical immunity.
oh, but Cecil keeps clogging the queue.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good call too.
It's
And this is
very
still Wildlands.
unlikely, but
Yeah, I mean, yes, it is unlikely. Moonveils are tier 7 item, but you know,
it's
a good call.
it's the rich man's unicorn. The unicorn is how I like to call it.
The rich man's unicorn. Nice.
Whirling says, "I don't need to shop."
Yeah, pretty much. So we're talking about like unicorn strats. So what we call unicorn strats for Ceramus is Ceramus has a refill skip to get around the limitations of the Super Nintendo. So after you deal certain damage, Ceramus heals back to full. So to get around that, people reflect spells onto Ceramus, that doesn't trigger the refill. That's like reflex strats. But if you berserk someone and then heal them before they deal an attack that will trigger the refill, you can just deplete the Ceramus HP even faster than just pure reflect. Most of the time.
Yeah, the exception to that would be if you have like
all casters.
Cecil, well, or if you have like Crystal Sword Cecil and like Abel's Lance Kane, like double Masa or double Mura Edge, all of with like power shirts and adamant armors and Zeus gauntlets. You don't even nerf a Big Bang if they have enough health. You just let them swing, and Zeromus just explodes, probably in about 2 minutes as opposed to the 2.5 minutes reflex strats take, versus the just under 3 minutes for normal berserk strats with a Crystal Sword Cecil. So it just depends what level of power overwhelming and how you've distributed it.
Yep, absolutely. Like if Kane had a really good weapon, like Abel's Lance or something, and like really good equipment, like, well, actually no, Zeus gauntlets were in the treasury, so no. Just like if Kane was like really decked out, I think whistle meta.
Excellent. We all love a big chocobo.
Warlink may not have like won the race, but he has won our hearts,
which is more important after all.
Yep.
That's extra meta objective points, right?
As we have talked before, the whole point of this club is to feed my ego, so yes, it is.
I'm just a runner advocate at this point, trying to get them as many points for as many things as I can.
Like, and like I have gotten so much feedback just by watching that it's like, oh yes, so I have so they're having some meta objectives I need to word a little better, basically, because there was that one time where Xenocat counted HP, just like Xenocat hit Evil Wall at Antlion exactly, so Evil Wall will like take itself out in one hit. Mm-hmm. And it was like, that's not the meta objective. Verba didn't do hide strats. And Xenocat was like, no, that was meta objective. And I was like, I need to word things better.
I mean, that's the thing with speedrunning, right? If you give runners an inch, they'll take a mile. They'll find out a way to make it work.
Yep. Absolutely, and that's on me. Let's be real. I need to be better at that. Uh, wow. I don't think Warling is gonna have any issues with this HP value. Xenocat, I'm not gonna get into it again, okay?
And we have Scalamus coming out on Warlink's side. There is a big bang. We're going to get some reflected nukes and whatnot and see how things go. No one took any damage really other than Tellah there from that big bang, which is not too surprising.
Wow, so much power. Listen, I have said it like many times before. I do think that there's like nothing that levels can overcome in Free Enterprise. Note, there are a few things that can, but for the most part, levels are very good. And you know, item and armors, which is basically like, I don't know, like 10 levels that you get by equipping it.
Yeah, I mean, enough HP, enough levels, enough multipliers. It's nearly impossible to have a bad time.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that was an unnerfed Big Bang that did just over 1,000 to pallet.
Oh my god.
Unnerfed.
That's kind of wild. I haven't seen Big Bang, like unnerfed Big Bangs this quick since a long time ago. My goodness.
I reckon we're getting close here, though. Yeah, there we are. Warlink has finished. Our second restreamed runner to do so, landing the nuke and also getting the celebratory dance with Rosa, which is always fantastic to see. Officially coming in with a time of 2 hours, 18 minutes, and 46 seconds, and we'll see if we can get Warlink in for an interview. In the meantime, though, Alchemy, that was a lot of fun. I like this race for our runners, and I like this flag set. You did a good job.
I appreciate it. After last time's like flag set, it was really pleasant when the winner of last week's picked Tellah. I was like, oh, I'm so glad you picked Tellah instead of something meaner. So we're informed that Warling will not be joining us in an interview. That is absolutely okay. And so, folks, I think this is it, isn't it, Boston?
I do believe so. I think that's it for us. But there's always more Free Enterprise. Where are we going today, Alchemy? And what do we have on the horizon?
You bet. There's always Free Enterprise around the corner. And so, Rex, like community member Rex Banner, is running this week's Pink Buff League, the premier league for newbie and upcoming players of Free Enterprise, which you can check. I recommend it. Rex Banner is running that flag right now, and he's gonna be doing another seed after that. So just stick around.
Yeah, definitely. So thank you everyone for hanging out today for the hero's journey. Tellah was the hero today. Remember, there's the Slapdash tomorrow evening, which will be happening as well. That'll be restreamed. And then every day except I think Tuesday and Wednesday next week, we have restreams happening. So going to be a busy one with a lot of club activity. So everyone, make sure you stick around for those. Special shout outs again one more time for our runners, Engie Dave and Warlink for volunteering. And thank you to all the behind the scenes folks one last time. Thank you, Oscar, for restreaming. Thank you, Xenocat, for pushing the buttons. And thank you again to my co-commentator and club founder, Alchemy. Y'all are awesome.
And thank to you, Boston, for being really fun to work with. And
thank you.
We'll see you all next week. Actually, I wanted to mention next week is a winter holiday, and while I am going to be here, restreaming is a volunteer thing. So if we don't have enough people, that might not be a thing. So just keep an eye out, and if it doesn't happen, do not be alarmed. And now, I will leave you all with Rex Banner. Take care, folks.